RamiX back in a video because I want to do today's video. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button as I want to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of September. But I have a feeling like we might get it by the middle of September or maybe even sooner. Maybe a few days, maybe not. I guess we'll see. But with that being said, check out my second channel down below as I post discussion videos as well as what ifs on that channel. And yeah, we can now get into the recap. In the last part, we left off with Naruto, basically doing all the stuff with Tsunade. Tsunade gives Naruto the necklace. Not only that, but we also get Naruto defeating Kabuto, and we also get Tsunade congratulating Naruto on how strong he is, realizing that Naruto might actually be stronger than her, though she kind of doubts it. But with that being said, the Sasuke retrieval arc has now started, as the Sasuke retrieval team has been formed. So Naruto, Neji, Choji, you get the point, would set out to basically find Sasuke. And I do not see this timeline differing or, changing, at least in the perspective of Neji still almost dying, Choji still almost dying, Shikamaru, barely getting hurt, but he still has, a broken, finger. Basically, I see everybody still getting injured, and hurt, and things of the sort. But Naruto versus Sasuke. Naruto would catch up with the Kimimaro, and eventually the events of the canon would play out, where Naruto creates a bunch of shadow clones, Kimimaro deals with them with ease, and then, after that, eventually, Gaara and Lee would both show up, as they could basically take Naruto's place, and Naruto would be able to fight Sasuke. So he would, chasing up to Sasuke, who was now only a little bit in front of him. Sasuke would look behind him as he would grit his teeth, staring in front of him as he basically just turned his head. Sasuke's whole body was now marked with the curse mark, as the black marks of the curse mark were even visible to Naruto, who would ask if it was the same thing that all the other quote-unquote Sound 4 members, as they're kind of like the Sound 5, but yeah, Sound 4 members had. And basically what he means is, is that the curse mark? As Sasuke would say that it's none of his business. Naruto would continue the chase after Sasuke, as Sasuke would now appear at the final valley. We would now have the fated battle between Naruto, Uzumaki, and Sasuke, Uchiha. Naruto would now stand on the statue of Hashirama Senju, the first Hokage of the Hidden Leaf Village, and Sasuke, well, he stood upon the tower of Madara Uchiha, famed member of the Uchiha clan, and somebody just as worthy for Hokage as Hashirama, though it had seemed that it was almost like yin and yang, or good and evil, as Naruto was standing on the good, and Sasuke was standing on the evil, as Madara would eventually depart from the Leaf Village, with his own corrupted and misguided ideologies. But I suppose it's more of a gray area. You cannot say that Madara is just evil, but that's out of the story. A fight would ensue. Naruto would ask Sasuke to come back with him, as Sasuke would shake his head. If you want me to come back with you, then you'll have to beat me. Naruto would grit his teeth as he would prepare to fight Sasuke. Sasuke and Naruto would both catch each other's blows, as they were at basically a tie at this moment. Not only that, but Naruto is still a bit incapacitated or a bit injured from his previous fight, so this kind of puts all of, the leagues above Sasuke was, it kind of just puts that to rest. Or, sorry, my bad, my apologies. It kind of puts all of, the leagues above that Naruto was, and it kind of just puts that to rest, because it means nothing if Naruto's still injured. And he is, especially since he had to push himself in the Kimimaro fight and just a lot of stuff. So he's basically at the same level as Sasuke currently, and their fight would continue. Naruto would eventually be enraged, as the Nine-Tails chakra would seep through without Naruto calling on it. Naruto would grit his teeth, as he knew that he wasn't fully in control, but he needed the power of the Nine-Tails if he wished to succeed, as, for some odd reason, his Dojutsu wasn't wanting to comply with him. He couldn't control it. Naruto would then continue to attack Sasuke, as he would pull out his secret weapon, that secret weapon just being a sword, as Sasuke would then pull out a kunai. Sasuke would then be slammed into a nearby mountain by Naruto's fist, as Naruto then held out his sword, ready to attack Sasuke when he got the chance. Smoke would appear around Sasuke from the attack and debris that Naruto had basically created by slamming Sasuke into the mountain, as Sasuke had now entered the next stage of the curse mark. His body was now a almost tannish color. His hair was blue, but not the same blue as it should be. Heck, it wasn't even blue originally, unless you see some episodes of the anime, which depict it as blue, but we do know that Sasuke's hair is actually a black color. That's just an anime misconception, though I guess it just depends on your viewpoint / standpoint. Sasuke's lips were now a glossy blue as well, and his eyes a yellow with black within. Sasuke would open his eyes, close them, and then open them yet again, as he stared at Naruto, ready to unleash his full power, and knowing, at least in his mind, that he was stronger than Naruto now, and that he had finally surpassed him. Sasuke would then tell Naruto that he is ready to sever all bonds with him, as Naruto would shake his head. No, this is only the beginning of a new bond. A new bond? Stop talking such nonsense, Naruto. No, I'm serious. After this, our bond will only strengthen. So you still think you can win, even though I've dwarfed you in power? Dwarfed me in power? What a joke. Naruto would now grab onto his sword with both of his hands as he grabbed onto it tightly. A pink-like Dojutsu would appear within his eyes. We know this as the ancient Dojutsu that Naruto had inherited. Naruto would then smile. Sasuke, you may think that you're powerful right now. Heck, you may think that you've beat me. No, you may think that you've totally annihilated me. You may think that you crushed me. But no, my power is nowhere near at its max. An aura would be seen by Sasuke. It had seemed that Sasuke's Sharingan had been activated. We also saw Sasuke get access to the 3 Tomoe within this fight, and I see no reason why he doesn't have it here, as it has been forced out. Sasuke saw this aura in the colors of chakra, as we do know that the Sharingan can see different colors of chakra, as he was surprised at the form that it took on. It took on an interesting form. The form of a beast. The chakra would form into something that was similar to the Nine-Tailed Fox, as it was behind Naruto. Sasuke would feel a gust of wind hit his hair as his hair would stand, and his ears would feel cold. His breath was also cold, almost as if the temperature was below 0. Sasuke would grit his teeth as he had put the hand signs needed for the Chidori together. Sasuke would then tell Naruto that this is it, as Naruto would tell Sasuke quite the contrary. Naruto would then put his hand out as he would create the Rasengan. This Rasengan was different in color, because we know this to be the vermilion Rasengan, an almost purplish Rasengan, at least where the chakra forms. Around it it's surrounded by a vermilion-like chakra that we know as the Nine-Tails chakra, as Sasuke and Naruto would both rush towards one another. Naruto would then pull back all of his strength, as Sasuke would do the same, slamming into one another. Naruto would then create light in his left hand, which was open, as we do know that Naruto does have the ability to do this, as a sword would form. Naruto would then slash Sasuke's headband with his sword, as it gave Sasuke enough of a chance to basically push and overpower Naruto, who had been distracted by slashing Sasuke's headband. This would cause Naruto to be sent flying into, well, then below, like, ditch area, like the ravine / valley, whatever you want to call it, as he would basically hit the water. Sasuke would now also fall to the ground exhausted, as he would make sure that Naruto didn't, die, as he still wanted Naruto to be his rival. It didn't really want Naruto to die, at least not yet, as we do see Sasuke still having compassion for Naruto at this point, or friendship in a way. A few years later, when we see Sasuke dominate Team 7, Yamato's their teacher, the Sasuke there has, no remorse for his team, he doesn't care, but yeah, here he does, this is my point. Anyhow, Naruto would then be lifted to the surface of the water, as he would cough up some water, looking to his right and seeing Sasuke. Naruto's eyes would then start to fade, as he would start to go unconscious, but he would grab onto the nearby dirt/rocky surface, as he would clench it beneath his fingers, as some of the dirt would get into his fingernails, and he would basically form a fist. Naruto would then hold on to all the strength that he had left, as he would speak. Sasuke, I know I lost here, but trust me. Fight me again, please. I won't lose. I promise. Just give me a day to heal. I haven't had a break yet. I haven't even been able to sleep. Naruto's fist would then start to unclench, if you will, as he felt himself starting to fall asleep and basically pass out. Naruto would then activate all of his chakra, as he would make sure that he stayed alive / awake / conscious. He would then continue. Sasuke, please. Sasuke would shake his head. Naruto, I didn't expect you to still be awake. Heck, I didn't even expect you to still be alive. Of course, this was a bluff. He did expect Naruto to still be alive, but not awake. Either way, I've cut off all ties to you. That clash we just had was evidence. Of course, this is also a bluff, as he wouldn't have saved Naruto. Naruto would look up into the sky, as he would squint his eyes at the bright sun above him. I see. Well, maybe then we can rekindle some sort of friendship. Rekindle some sort of friendship? Are you that pathetic to ask me such a thing? No, Sasuke, think about it. Take me with you. Take you with me? You don't even know where I'm going. I kind of know. Orochimaru. Is that where you're going? I faced off against him. What? Well, kind of. I faced off against his subordinate, Kabuto. Naruto would then pass out. Sasuke would be in awe at what Naruto had said, as he was surprised that Naruto was even able to take on any subordinate of, Orochimaru, as before he had the curse mark and was actually able to, synchronize with it. He was no match for any of Orochimaru's subordinates, but not like Dosu and Zaku and Kin. More like, Jirobo, Kidomaru, Tayuya. You get the point. Ukon, Sakon. Yeah. Anyhow, Sasuke would then see himself put in a situation where he basically had no choice and decided to take Naruto with him. Naruto would then be put on the back of Sasuke by Sasuke, who basically just lifted up Naruto, as they would start their journey towards Orochimaru's den / lair / hideout, and they would arrive. Orochimaru would ask who the boy on his back was, as Naruto would open his eyes just a little bit and then would close them again. Sasuke would pitch the words to speak, or would basically form the words to speak, but he was too tired to even walk any further, as he would pass out, Naruto on his back, and his, face now in the dirt. Orochimaru would pick up Sasuke and Naruto, as he realized that it was Naruto, looking at his face and basically everything alike, as he was surprised that Sasuke would take Naruto with him, especially if Naruto had told him Orochimaru and his, encounter, basically the encounter that they had. But nevertheless, Orochimaru would put them both on basically hospital beds, as they would both be in the same room, and Orochimaru would let them recover. 2 days later, they would wake up, as Orochimaru would ask how their sleep was. Naruto would immediately look around as he basically looked at his surroundings. "Where am I?" Naruto would ask. Naruto would then realize that he was within Orochimaru's hideout, the place that he coincidentally wanted to be. How interesting, Naruto thought to himself. Did he get here by a whim? What happened? Naruto would then look to his left, and then his right, and then in front of him and behind him. In front of him was Orochimaru, a man that we know as one of the Snake Sanin. One of the Sanin, to be more exact. And on his left was Sasuke. And on his right was medical stuff that Naruto didn't care for. And behind him was just a piece of the bed that he was on. Naruto would then ask why Sasuke had carried him to his destination, as Sasuke would stay silent, looking in front of him and at Orochimaru. Orochimaru would smirk. "Why did you come here, Naruto?" Orochimaru would ask. Naruto would stare at Orochimaru now, just as Sasuke had, as he would speak. "Why did I come here? I came here for the same reason that Sasuke did." "Really? You wish to kill Itachi, and so you need power?" "No, I don't care at all to kill Itachi. That isn't my goal, nor do I care about killing him." "Okay, so why are you here?" "Because that's Sasuke's reasoning. If I recall, he needs power to do what he must do." "I'm here because I need power." "Power for what?" "To become Hokage." "To become Hokage? Well, then you're not in the right place." Naruto would immediately get in front of Orochimaru. "I am in the right place," Naruto would say. "I know I'm in the right place." "No, I feel it. I am in the right place." Orochimaru would look at Naruto as if he were some sort of archaic beast, a monster, maybe even an abomination, if you were to go all out, per se. Orochimaru would then look at Naruto fiercely as he would tell Naruto that he understands, and would ask Naruto if he would give his body for the cause. Naruto would tilt his head at this as he didn't know how to respond to such a question. Of course, we know that Orochimaru means that would Naruto be willing to, let Orochimaru have his body. Naruto would not respond to this as he would stay dead silent. Orochimaru would then laugh. "Well, I don't expect you to know the answer to that question yet. Anyhow, I suppose you could train with Sasuke. A training partner wouldn't be bad." Sasuke would then look up at Naruto as he would speak. "If you just slow me down." Sasuke would then feel a sudden drowsiness basically come over him as he would continue. "If you just so much as slow me down in training, I will kill you." Naruto would laugh. You're lucky I didn't make that promise with you, because you might have already been dead." "Well, I'll keep your word," Naruto would say. "And I'll make sure that I don't slow you down, so that you don't have to kill me. Though, I'm not too sure if you could. I did get 2 days rest, and my body's fully healed now. I'm not at a disadvantage like before." And Sasuke would stare at Naruto as his Sharingan would enter its Tsutomu stage. At this point, Sasuke already does have the 1, 2, and 3 Tomoe mastered, but at this point, he's just activating his 2 Tomoe, and it came out just in aggression, kind of, as his Uchiha blood started to boil. Naruto would tell Sasuke to calm down, as he would tell Sasuke that he was going to go out and train. Sasuke would smirk as he would say, "Wait, for me, as Sasuke would rush towards Naruto, as they would both run outside and start to train. They would do a massive amount of training, as they would basically do this every single day. Train, 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 as Naruto would better himself with his Dojutsu, his sword fighting skills, the jutsu that he knows in general. He would basically master the Dojutsu entirely, and that's where I'm going to end the series. Not only that, but Sasuke at this point is going to have a full mastery over his Sharingan, much more jutsu as well, much more uses over his sword, much better at lightning style, a lot of stuff actually, and having a training partner has really helped him to the point where he is currently at the level of where he was when he fought Deidara, fresh off of the time skip of like 4 years, so yeah. But with that being said, if you guys all enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, share the video to a friend, links for this. In the next part, I'm going to be talking about Naruto's Dojutsu abilities and everything that the Dojutsu gives him, and, yeah, quick rundown on Sasuke's abilities as well. But, yeah, with that being said, check out my second channel down below where I also post latest discussion videos, and, RamiXZ, or RamiX is my second channel, RamiX, out.